What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the Water Juice Hoops channel. Welcome back to episode number 4 of the LA Lakers flashback rebuild here on NBA 2K22. I hope you guys are enjoying the series. I'm enjoying playing it and recording it for you guys. I'm having a great time. I hope you guys are too. Remember, it is a season per episode. We just got done with season number 3. We made the playoffs for the first time in the entirety of the series. After last season, episode number 2, going 0-82, which is very historic. We then won a very decent amount of games, finished as the 7th seed, won the first play-in game against the Warriors. We got to play the Kings, but the Kings were just a little bit too good for us, and they knocked us out in the first round. We did take a game, though, so we didn't get swept, but we did take a game. So we got to build on that, and we had the off season. Last year's draft class was the 1993 draft class, which is Chris Webber, Penny Hardaway, Sam Cassell, guys like that. But this is what the team looks like at the start of season number 4. Leslie Watts, Gerald Green, CJ Miles, who we took from that Kings team. He didn't get picked up on his player option, so the Kings let him go. We paid him some money. He's now in LA. David Lee also didn't get picked up from the Magic, so he's here. And then our star player, Andrew Bynum, is the leader of this team at 85 overall, starting center. Then we got John Green, who we took at pick 22 in season number 3's draft, in Wilt Chamberlain's draft, I'm pretty sure. We got Akyol, who was on that Warriors team with Darren Williams, Joseph Vaughn, Donald McNeil, and this guy from overseas who is now finally here. He is our 10th man. So I think we have a very good team. We have a solid team. We got some good shooting with Green and Watts. We got some good defense with Miles, some big-time scoring with Andrew Bynum and Watts, because he led the team in scoring last season. I think this team can make a decent playoff run. I said that at the beginning of last episode too, and we did make the playoffs, but we didn't make a very good run. We only made it to the first round and got booted. But, I mean, we can always go up. And the good thing about this season is it's the first year where we actually have a first-round draft pick. The first 3 seasons, actually, I shouldn't say the first 2 seasons, we didn't have a draft pick. Actually, we did, because we took John Green with the first-round pick. But, hey, that's because we had it was the swap worse with Lakers. That's right. It was a swap worse. So we actually ended up with the number 1 pick in that Wilt Chamberlain class, but because we had that stipulation on it, we had to give it to the Pelicans. But now all that's done. There's no more stipulations on anything. We have all of our first-round picks for the next foreseeable future, which is awesome because there could be some really, really good draft classes coming up, which reminds me, we got to get to spinning that good old wheel and seeing who is going to be the 4th, I should know because we're on episode number 4, who is going to be the 4th class inducted into this series. Here is the wheel. I took 1993 off the board, so we cannot get it again, but here we go. 3, 2, 1. You know what? Let's spin it a couple of times and see what happens. Here we go. It is going to be 2007. It looks like it is 2007. Now, who's the 2007? We were so close to 2008, which is Russell Westbrook and all those guys. And we were close to 2003, which is LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and all those guys. 2007. All right. That is very intriguing. We get a more modern draft class for the first time. And let's go take a look. Who is the 2007? Let me think. 2007 draft class that had Adam Morrison in it, right? Is that? Oh, that's KD, isn't that? That's Kevin Durant. That's Kevin Durant and Greg Oden. That's gotta be 2007. That's gotta be KD, Kevin Durant, and all those guys. Ooh, okay, we got one down here that's got over 1,000. We gotta take this one. Let's take this. Greg Oden. Russell Westbrook was not. Oh, that's Robert Westbrook. Excuse me. I saw Westbrook and I thought it was Russell. So you got Kevin Durant, you got Marc Gasol, Al Horford, Mike Conley, Rudy Fernandez, Rodney Stuckey, Jeff Green, Greg Oden. Obviously, Greg Oden went number 1 in real life. Yeah, this is a good class. This is a class that we need. Al Thornton is via Victor Oladipo. Oh, this is a class where you'd certainly want to be the number 1 pick. If we could get Kevin Durant on the Lakers to team with Andrew Bynum the 2007 class. Oh, I'm feeling good. I am feeling good. It's Skyline time. I am excited for this season. I hope you guys are too. Remember, main channel link is in the description down below if you want to go check out this, my other channel, my main channel, obviously, which also has the Atlanta Falcons Retro Rebuild playlist on that channel. So that is, and I mentioned that because that is the series this series is based on. It has a lot of the same formatting and stuff. So if you want to go check that out, totally cool. If not, completely fine. You just want to stick around only to the basketball content, I completely am fine with that. And it's time to simulate to the draft. Well, not the draft, the All-Star draft, I guess. It is a draft, but it's the All-Star draft. I hope you guys are excited. I think this team is good enough to be a top 3 seed, I'd say. I don't know if that's a little brash to say, but I think this team is good enough to be a 3 seed. And I hate saying that kind of because knowing now what the draft class is with good old KD, Slim Mamba, actually that's I think that's Brandon Ingram, the Slim Reaper, the Durantula. I mean, how could you can't go wrong with a Hall of Famer like Kevin Durant. So, I mean, I feel like we got to do whatever it takes to get him. I feel like that's what's got to happen. But we can't focus on that right now. We got to see how this team is doing first. And to do that, we got to get to the All-Star draft. So I will see you guys then. I hope you guys do go and enjoy. If you do, leave a like. And I'll see you guys at the All-Star draft. All right, I'm going to bring you guys back in. And we're before the draft, before the All-Star draft. And I'm bringing you guys back in because I just got offered an interesting trade. Leslie Watts, our starting point guard, former All-Star, who was just All-Star last season. The Suns are offering me a first-round pick unprotected this year and a first-round pick unprotected next year. And the reason I'm bringing you in is because I also wanted to mention that I did a trade-off during the simulation that sent away a bench player for 2 first-round picks. It was the Hornets 2026 first-round pick and then the Hornets 2029 first-round pick unprotected. So I also gave away my 2025 second-round pick, I think. So it was just for a couple bench players, which I thought was a really good deal. So now we have 2 first-round picks next year plus the pick this year, which is why I wanted to bring you guys back in, because that would mean 3 first-round picks in 2026 plus 2 this year, which could get us the potential package to trade up to get Kevin Durant, because as you look, the conference ranking, we are first in the conference. So we're certainly not going to get the number 1 overall pick, so maybe we need to package those picks to trade for the first overall pick. So this could be a bold move. We would have to start, oh, by the way, Andrew Bynum's hurt. We could start this guy, the overseas guy, who has been playing decently well off the bench. I mean, 9 points per game off the bench. Nothing to write home about. Leslie Watt, he is doing his normal things, which is why I kind of don't want to trade him away. He's a very underrated player, and he very well could be an all-star again this year, averaging similar numbers to what he did at the end of last season, a little bit lower, but I mean, this is a full season, and this is not even half a season yet, so he's doing really, really well. This might be too tempting to not take. Leslie Watts is a really good point guard for us, and he could lead us to a championship this season. That's the thing. This is a very, very long series. Like, we're going to go a long time in this series. So do we value championships right now, or do we value long-term future, which is what this trade would give us? It would give us 2 first-round picks to add on to the 3 that we have already for the next 2 seasons. So Leslie Watts for 2 first-round picks. I could try and cheese the system and trade for these 2 picks and then trade back for Leslie Watts. But I think if I'm going to do this trade, I'd let Leslie Watts go. What's his contract looking like? Is Leslie Watts coming up to be a free agent this year? Because then we could sign him if they don't bring him back. He is. He's only on a 1-year deal, so we'd have to sign him. And he's probably going to want a lot of money the way that he's been playing. I think I do this deal. Leslie Watts, you've been very, very good for us, but I cannot pass up the opportunity for those 2 picks. That does take a damper on things, because now we're starting our overseas rookie, giving him a lot of responsibility, I guess. But we do get those picks, and we add those picks to what we have. So we now have 2 first-round picks this year, 3 first-round picks next year, and then 2 in 2029. We're building up those assets. We are building up those assets. We just got done with Christmas, December 25th. So that's a Christmas present right there. But is that going to be enough to trade up to get Kevin Durant? Let's take a quick look. I know we're doing all this stuff before the stat. We're 27-5 right now, by the way. The Rockets and the Heat have the best odds at getting the first overall pick. Okay, so I'm going to still continue to go to the All-Star draft. If there's any more crazy trades that come up, I will certainly bring you guys back in. But if not, I'll see you guys at the All-Star draft. All right, we're back. We are at the All-Star draft. We're still the 1 seed at 45-9. 6 games ahead of the Grizzlies. This is out of control. I cannot believe how good of a season we're having right now. If we take a look at the game plan, we've got this guy, Barry Aldridge, who's starting at point guard because I signed him out of free agency because we needed a backup point guard. And it looks like he happens to play a little bit better than Iansu. How's he doing? Oh, wow. 17 points per game. He's averaging a little under what Watts was doing, but I mean, he's around the same overall that Watts is. Bynum hurt again. He did come back, but he's hurt again. He's averaging 17.7, 18 points a game, basically. Let's take a look at the standings. Not standings, the stats, player stats. Bynum leading the team in scoring, even though he's been hurt for a while. Gerald Green doing pretty well. Aldridge, that guy that we signed after Watts got traded, he's doing pretty well. Akyol is doing solid off the bench. He's also had to start a little bit because Gerald Green's been banged up a little, most of the year. So David Lee's doing good. Vaughn's doing good. In the time that this rookie had to start, he seems to be playing pretty well. He bumped up those averages, so he's doing pretty good. CJ Miles also picked up an injury too, but he'll be back. League leaders through the first half of the season. Chris Paul finally takes over scoring. He's up to a 93. He is up to a 93 overall. Oh, I didn't even realize. I think I might have just made the Suns a powerhouse. They now have Leslie Watts, who is our former player. He's dropped down in points a little bit. He's probably coming off the bench now because they have Penny Hardaway. I should help out the Suns. Let me go to the Suns really quick and turn Leslie Watts to a shooting guard so that they can start everybody. Derek Atkins, he doesn't matter. So let me go quickly and turn you to a shooting guard. There we go. Confirm changes. He stays at a 76, and then we'll just go in here and make him a point guard secondary position. There we go. That way that he can start and still get his minutes. Because I don't want to do him dirty like that. Send him to the whatchamacallits. And we'll move this guy. We'll make him a small forward so he can still play. Because he seems to be a high overall. So we'll make him small forward, shooting guard as his backup positions. There you go. So now they have their lineup. I know I'm just helping this team be even better than what they've done. They're in the playoffs. They're 32-23 right now. I didn't even realize that I helped out the Suns with their pick. The Spurs now have the worst record in the West and the worst record in the entire NBA. So they got the best shot at getting that 1 seed for Kevin Durant. It's really all about Kevin Durant. That's all it is. The All-Star draft is Team Bob and Team Chris. Team Chris Paul and Team Bob Boozer. Bob Boozer seems to be a little bit of a channel legend. Not a channel legend, a series legend. But the All-Star teams are Chris Paul, Will Chamberlain, Monta Ellis, Chris Webber, and Danny Granger. Then you got Penny Hardaway, Jamal Mashburn, Raymond Felton, Rudy LaRusso, Bobby Smith, Toby Day, and Eugene. Then for Team Bob, you got Bob, Bailey Howell, Darren Williams, Ricky Griffin, and Lou Williams. Then David Lee, Jarrett Jack, John Green, Zach Cousins, Charlie Villanueva, Nate Robinson, and Marvin Mullins. So we end up with two All-Stars. David Lee and John Green are the 2 All-Stars. Now, Andrew Bynum probably would have made the All-Star team if he didn't get hurt. But he's been hurt a while. He's been hurt a lot, actually. So that kind of sucks. But, hey, man, the record we got 45-9. Could we win a championship and then get Kevin Durant? That would be amazing if we could do that. But who knows? We still got a long way to go. I'll see you guys at the awards when hopefully we can continue to hold this 1 seed down and make a big-time push for a championship. Here we are at the awards. We finish as the 1 seed in the West. What an improvement. I didn't realize that the moves that we made in the offseason last episode were going to be such an improvement, but they are. We are the 1 seed, the best team in the West. Chris Paul is your MVP, averaging 31 points per game, 4 rebounds, 10 assists, doing very, very well for himself. Then you got Chris Webber as the Rookie of the Year, obviously. 26 points per game, 14 rebounds, 4 assists. Very, very good for Chris Webber. Marcus Olsen, 6th Man of the Year on the Dallas Mavericks. You got Wilt Chamberlain winning Defensive Player of the Year. Probably should have had it last year, but Bailey Howell took it last year. 25 points per game, 17 rebounds. It's definitely down from his 31 rebounds he had in his rookie season, but that's because there's a lot better players in the league now. So I told you those numbers would come down. He wins Defensive Player of the Year. Ruben Bosch wins the Most Improved on the Bucks. Sebastian Graham, 65 and 17, wins the Coach of the Year. And there's Mr. Juice, first time winning Executive of the Year. That's what you love to see. We've done this thing for 4 years. It's our first Executive of the Year award. All NBA first teams, here they are. You can take a look at them. All NBA second team. Interesting. All NBA third team. Then you got all defensive first team. You got all defensive second team. You got all rookie first team. And you got all rookie second team. There you go. And here we are. First overall seed. Player stats. Andrew Bynum, even though he was hurt and he's done for the year, he actually fractured his arm in the final week of the season. He's done for the season. He averaged 17.7 points per game, 18 points per game basically, and 15 rebounds. Barry Aldridge, who is the replacement for Leslie Watts, did a very solid job at the point guard spot. Can't complain about that at all. Gerald Green did very well. Ackle did good. David Lee did all right. I like this team. CJ Miles got hurt for a little bit of the season. That's why his numbers are pretty low. I like the way this team is looking. I really do. League leaders, Chris Paul, you saw that. He won the MVP. He led the league in scoring. Monta Ellis was in second. Wilt Chamberlain averaged what he did. Penny Hardaway. And then you got Leslie Watts, who averaged 19.8 points per game. Down what he averaged on the Lakers. But that's because he is not taking as many shots because Wilt Chamberlain and Penny Hardaway are both on this team. So he's not getting as many shot attempts, and he's not scoring as many points. Rebound leader was Wilt Chamberlain. Assist leader was Chris Paul, obviously, and he also led in scoring. So let's simulate the play-in. We're taking on the Dallas Mavericks. Okay. We are taking on the Dallas Mavericks, who have that 6th Man of the Year, I'm pretty sure. They have Ersan Ilyasova, the only real guy on the team. I think we can do this. I don't know why it's showing Andrew Bynum. He's injured, so he's not going to be playing. But simulate game number 1. We take it. Game number 2, take that as well. Game 3 we got. Game 4, clean sweep, ladies and gentlemen. And Wilt Chamberlain. Oh, this would have been poetry. Chamberlain and Watts versus the Lakers. Oh, that would have been amazing. But Wilt Chamberlain in game 5 just couldn't get it done. The Warriors got it, and we're taking on Darren Williams. We saw what he could do a couple episodes ago when he took on the Grizzlies and beat them. Game number 1, we take. Game number 2, as Frankie Marshall gets injured, and he's back. They take game 2. We take game 3. They take game 4. We take game 5. CJ Miles is injured, and we take game 6. We move on to play the MVP. We are playing the MVP, Chris Paul. I knew the Grizzlies would be good. It just took them a little bit of time to develop. Chris Paul is carrying this team. Hakeem Warwick and Andrew Bogut have not developed like I thought they would. Fun fact, during the season, the Grizzlies actually offered me a trade where they were going to give me Hakeem Warwick, and I declined it because I like David Lee obviously better. I think we match up pretty good against this team. I mean, if we can lock down Chris Paul, who knows what could happen. I think we can score on this team. Game number 1 is a Grizzlies win. Game number 2 is also a Grizzlies win. Okay, what's going on here? What is going on here? It seems like, oh wow, they just got a lot of consistent scoring. Did they sign Sean Bradley? They sure did. They sure did sign Sean Bradley. They just got a lot of consistent scoring. We can't keep up with it, I guess. Game 3. Wow, by 2. And it's not even really Chris Paul. I mean, 16 and 13 is really good. But they just got, everybody's scoring. It's just consistent for them. It's more consistent than what we got. It doesn't help that Andrew Bynum's hurt, though. Are we really going to drop in the conference finals? Our first ever appearance in the conference finals? We can't lose it. We're going up against a tough team. The Grizzlies are a tough team, and we're going back and forth. 98 to 103. I don't think it's possible, and I don't think I can get it if I jump in. I probably should have jumped in a little bit earlier. The Grizzlies are inbounding. It's 98 to 103 on their home courts. Do we foul? I don't think so. Chris Paul takes the jump shot. No good. We got the ball. Get going. We got Gerald Green, David Lee. I don't really even know who to go for. That's a bad shot, but he got his own rebound. No, he didn't. It got poked away. We needed that bucket. I needed that bucket to go bad. Chris Paul. He gives it to Neely. Can't let Neely get anything. Who knows how good he is. He takes a jumper. No good. Okay, let's get the ball up the court. Take a timeout. Get the ball up the court. Take a timeout. 98 to 103. I just don't know who I can score with. I'm not familiar with this team as much. I know Gerald Green can shoot some threes. So I'm going to try it. It's a bad release, and it's a rebound. Do we try and foul? We do. We try and foul. I probably shouldn't have taken that shot off the inbound. Chanting MVP for the MVP, Chris Paul. That's going to be to Aldridge. Down low. Oh, it's a pass. That's over. That's game. 104-98. We are going to fall to the Grizzlies in the conference finals. We came close. We came close, but I just don't know who I can trust on this team to score. I'm not familiar with this team. Not familiar with these players. So I'm not sure who we can score with. If we were able to get like a Kevin Durant, I know I could score with Kevin Durant. So we are going to fall 105-98 to the Grizzlies in the conference finals. They're going to sweep us. And Chris Paul goes back-to-back to the finals. Yeah, that was a tough one. There's Chris Paul holding up the conference trophy. Yeah, that's a tough way to lose right there. That's a tough way to lose. So we had, wait, what happened here? Box score. Chris Paul dropped 48 in Game 4. So, I mean, respect to Chris Paul. Gerald Green had 19. Aldridge had 17. Akyol had 15. Vaughn 10. Yeah, I mean, without Andrew Bynum, I feel like we might have been able to win this series if Bynum didn't fracture his arm. But, hey, that's just the cards we got dealt. That's just the cards we got dealt. So we take an L in the conference finals. It's going to be Grizzlies versus Celtics. Can Chris Paul redeem himself and get a championship in year number 3? It looks like he is. All the Celtics take it, and there they go. It took them 5, but Chris Paul gets it. So he wins regular season MVP and finals MVP alongside a championship. Good for Chris Paul. Averaged 32 points per game and 10 assists. Just a fantastic season for Chris Paul. I'm glad, if we were going to lose, I'm glad we lost to a guy like Chris Paul. It's good to see him get a championship, and he gets one in the series. Player retirements, nothing really crazy. League meetings, got to make sure that nothing changes, so we will reject that, and we will reject that. Here's the draft lottery. This is where we make our money, ladies and gentlemen. Spurs have the best odds. Who's going to get it? The Spurs. So we know who we have to trade with. We have to try and trade with the San Antonio Spurs for the number 1 overall pick. We have more assets than we did before, but is it enough? It's a 4-star pick. I'll offer the 2020, the 26th overall pick, and that's obviously not going to be enough. I wonder if we go Trade Finder what they would want. Because they're willing to negotiate. So if we go Trade Finder... Oops, that's not what I want to do. If we go Trade Finder on the Spurs... Should have went the other way, I guess. No, they're not willing to negotiate, at least in the Trade Finder. So we are going to have to... If we are going to do this, we're going to have to do this through our own trade. But this is for Kevin Durant. This is for the Durantula, ladies and gentlemen. It's got to happen. We might as well throw them both of our 2025 first round picks. That's why we got them. And we got to throw somebody else in. Maybe like a Gerald Green. Oh, we can't because he doesn't have a contract with us. So what about Akil? I could throw in Akil. He's 2.5 star value. That's still not good enough for him. Still not good enough. I could throw them one of my 2029 picks. Maybe a 2028 first round pick. How do you like that? Nope, it's still a valuable asset. Do you like CJ Miles? Does that add on to it? Come on. 3 first round picks and 2 players? This is for Kevin Durant. I could give you this guy. I can't do that. I can't give you either. And I don't have any more players that are on contracts. This is a tricky situation. I know I have a ton of 2026 first round picks. What about if I give you my first round pick in 2026? It's still not good enough. It is still not good enough. It's probably because these 2 picks just don't have any value. So what about if I take Akil out and I throw in the 2029 first round pick from us? That's still not good enough. I'm giving up so much and it's still not good enough to get the pick. That's crazy. I don't think it's possible. The Spurs just they don't have, or they don't want to give it up. I'll try one more package and we'll see what I can do. I'll give them the Suns pick. Has a little bit extra value. Maybe that's what they need. And I'll give you the Lakers pick in 2029. That has a little bit more value. I'll give you a player. I mean, I don't want to give up Andrew Bynum. He's part of our building block. He's a building block that we need. And David Lee, I mean, I could give up David Lee. He's not really like that big of a deal. 4 first round picks is still not good enough. Plus Akil. What about CJ Miles? How do you not think this is valuable? You're getting a ton of value. A ton of value. I don't know how you couldn't see this as getting back value. What about a 2028 first round pick? Still not good enough. These Spurs are stingy. I could try to do like a 3-team trade, but those are always messy. Come on, it's Kevin Durant. It's gotta happen. We gotta make a big splash. We haven't done anything in the draft in this series. We gotta get a big splash. But I just don't know what else I can do. I've given a ton of value. Does my pick in 2027? It has 1.5 star. It's still not good enough. It is still not good enough. Come on, boys. I know you have some sort of value. What about that Hornets pick? That Hornets pick has value next year. I don't know what else I could do without throwing in. I guess I could try David Lee if I'm really desperate. All right, let me choose. Let me think about this. So we throw David Lee in the trade. He's 3-star value. Then we throw in the Suns pick in 2026. That's not good enough. We go back to 2027, 2028. We pick our pick there. It's still not good enough. I take CJ Miles and throw him in. That's not good enough. What about if I go to our pick in 2029 and throw that in? That's not good enough. Not 2029, the 29th overall pick. This is a lot of value for a player. They did it. Oh my God. We just gave up so much. So I traded for the first overall pick, which is going to be Kevin Durant. So for Kevin Durant, I traded David Lee, the first round pick from the Suns next year that we got in that Watts trade, our 2028 first round pick, our 2029 first round pick, CJ Miles, and Akyol. Wow. That is a lot of value, but we now have the first overall pick, which is going to be Kevin Durant. So is it going to be worth it? I guess we'll find out in Kevin Durant's career. Here he is. He's starting out as an 80 overall. Kevin Durant is coming to the Los Angeles Lakers. We finally make a big splash in this series for the first time. It's taken us 4 seasons, but we make a big splash. The New York Knicks take Greg Oden with the second pick. Hopefully in this series he doesn't become a bust. The Pelicans take Mike Conley, back-to-back Ohio State Buckeyes, which is good for me. I'm a Buckeye fan. The Rockets take Marc Gasol. Okay. Then you get Rudy Fernandez going to the Timberwolves at 5. The Thunder at 6 take Jeff Green. The Magic at 7 take Al Horford. You got the Miami Heat at number 8, trading the pick for Frederick Nelson, that said. So the Bulls get Rodney Stuckey. Okay, interesting. Corey Brewer going to the Bulls. Yi Jinlian, or Yinlian, however you pronounce his name, he goes to the Cavs. We've also got the Nets trading the pick to the Rockets, or to the Cavs. They traded a Rockets pick to the Cavs, and they get Aaron Brooks. Okay, interesting. The Utah Jazz take Nick Young, Swaggy P. Swaggy P goes to the Jazz. The Pelicans get Brandon Wright. The Magic trading. Ooh, okay, to the Nets. Or no, the Rockets. They had a Nets pick. And they get Thaddeus Young. I don't know if that's worth it or not. The Thunder. Another trade. They're trading for Marc Gasol. The Thunder get Marc Gasol, and the Rockets make another pick. And this time it's Spencer Hawes. So they said, we don't want Marc Gasol. We'd rather have Spencer Hawes. I don't know if that'll work out for you in the end there, Houston. But let's... do we have another pick? I think we do. Sim to user pick. Yeah, we have... we have a lot of picks, actually. Oh, yeah, that's right. I didn't trade any of my other first-round picks. Oh, this could work out for us, ladies and gentlemen. So who do we have? Who do we have that could be good? Daquan Cook could be interesting for us. We don't know his shot tendency or anything. He's got Seth Curry as a starter, as his ceiling. That's interesting. Carl Landry's here. This is the draft with Adam Morrison, isn't it? I could have sworn it is. He might not be in this class, though. It'd be hilarious if he was, though. I don't think there's anybody down here worth taking in the first round. Maybe we trade one of these picks. I think we take somebody. We'll take somebody, whoever it may be. It might be Daquan Cook. Actually, I think that's exactly what it's going to be. Let's take Daquan Cook with this pick. So he goes. The Pacers take Gary Neal. Then the Clippers take Carl Landry. And now we're up again. And I think we're going to trade this pick. Let's go to the trade finder. Let's go to this pick. And let's see what we can get for it. Maybe we can replenish some of the stuff that we lost in the Durant trade. There's a 2026 pick and then a first-round pick protected by the Grizzlies. But I don't think they'll be... That could be the trade because I don't think they'll be good enough to get that pick back. We get the Thunder's pick in 2026. I like that Grizzly trade. I haven't even looked at the players. Who are some of the players we could get? Not a whole lot of good players. Let's go to the Grizzlies. We get a pick next year, which is good. That replaces the Suns pick that we traded away. And we also get a 2027 first-round pick, but it is top 3 protected. The caveat to that is I don't think the Grizzlies in 2027 are going to be bad enough to get a top 3 pick. So I think this is going to be the trade that we do. We trade it. They get back-to-back picks, actually, funny enough. I didn't realize they had the pick next to us, or behind us. So they take Josh McRoberts, who looks like Andrew Bogut, send him to the end of the draft. I think that's a successful pick. Kevin Durant turns out to be an 81. Greg Oden's an 80. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. Joakim Noah goes to the Mavericks. Wilson Chandler, who is, I guess, Spencer Dinwiddie, goes to the Kings. Marco Bellinelli. Daquan Cook goes to us. I like it. I like this pick a lot. I think it's going to work out for us, and it's certainly going to work out for us now that we have Kevin Durant. That's the big thing right here. Kevin Durant and Daquan Cook hopefully will be big-time players for us. We're going to keep John Green. I'm going to actually accept our overseas player. I'm going to accept his contract. Chris Paul accepted his team option, and Wilt Chamberlain also did. Not surprising there. Vaughn, I will offer a qualifying extension. So to Barry Aldridge. He played well. And McNeil. I'm happy with that. And now we go to the moratorium period. So there's Gerald Green. He didn't get... Did we trade him? No, I don't think we traded him. But there's Watts. But he's restricted. Leslie Watts is restricted. I would love to bring Leslie Watts back to be our point guard. Then that would be a total finesse if the Leslie Watts trade ends up bringing in Kevin Durant and then we get Leslie Watts back in free agency. That would be amazing. We're better than his qualifying offer. We'll see if they match it. He's not interested in negotiating with us. Wow, Gerald Green said, I don't want to talk to you guys. I'm a little hurt by that. We have our possible point guard if we don't get Leslie Watts. We have our shooting guard, our small forward, a power forward, and a center. So we have our starting five. We just need to fill out the bench with a bunch of players. So let's go to shooting guard since we can't get... actually, you got to go to point guard because I forgot that... Oh, there he is, Aldridge. That's right. We had... we got him restricted. Small forward. Is there any small forwards that are like super, super good that I'm not seeing? Who's a good 3-point small forward? It's Frankie Marshall. Is he on our team? Was he on our team? I think he was. Was he not on our team? Frankie Marshall. Yeah, he was on our team. I thought he was. This isn't a really good free agent class. Let's just go on and see what happens. So we can match some of these guys. So far, they haven't chose to match Leslie Watts. And we can renounce the rights on all these guys. I guess that doesn't matter. Actually, I don't want to renounce the rights on you two. We could also renounce the rights on Gerald Green and Joseph Vaughn, but I don't want to do that either. Leslie Watts agrees, or so far he agrees. We got Leslie Watts back. No shot. No shot we got Leslie Watts back. Okay, I'm going back into him and making him a point guard. Leslie Watts just finessed us Kevin Durant. And now he's back on the team. Welcome back, Leslie. You're our starting point guard. So we got Watts, Cook, Durant, Green, and Bynum. Now we just got to fill out the rest of the roster with a bunch of guys that hopefully can shoot for us. So we don't need a point guard. We need a shooting guard. And we need to see who's a good shooting guard. It looks like this guy's really good. This Jalen Chapman, but he's restricted. We also got... This guy's interesting. I'm curious about this guy, this Brian Parker guy. We can maybe get him for cheap. See what happens there. Then we got small forward. Who's a good mid small forward? Oh, there's McNeil, but he's also restricted. So we'll offer him a contract. Power forward. We don't have the bird rights on anybody. Is there really good shooting small forward? This guy's a really good shooting power forward, but he's also restricted. I'm going to try and get some of these guys. I don't know if we will be able to get them. Is there a really good shooting big man? There is. We could get some stretch big man. I'm interested in that. Oh, I used all my moratorium stuff. Or not all my moratorium stuff. I used all this stuff. Okay, we got those two guys. I need to bring back Barry Aldridge because I really liked him. And I want to talk to that center. Is he still here? He is still here. Edmund Frazier. I want to talk to you. I want to bring you in. So we're going to bring in Brian Parker, Barry Aldridge, and Frazier. That's good. We're starting to build a team here. We got point guards. We're good on that. Shooting guards. We're good on that. Small forwards. We're good because we brought in McNeil again. Power forwards. We got 2 good power forwards. And center. We got some good centers too. So we have a team. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Is that 11? Did I miscount? I don't know. We need to get a couple more guys. So we need more wing players. Let's get some small forwards in here. Who's a good stretch inside? Let's get an inside small forward. This Dylan Haywood. But also this Irvin Ward guy could be pretty interesting. What about a mid-range? Mid-range small forward's not really that great. This guy Kenny Ford can really shoot. But he can't really go inside. But Chris Slaughter seems to be pretty balanced, so we'll go for him. We'll get another power forward that can kind of stretch. Now let's get a power forward that can go inside. Like this guy, this Cameron Arthur guy. I like that. We'll offer him a minimum. Vaughn and Marshall. Where is Vaughn? Let's see if we get Vaughn. Vaughn going to come back. Vaughn's going to come back. Okay. And so is Slaughter. Slaughter's coming in. Okay. I like it. I like it a lot. This team's looking good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 players. That's good. That's all we need. And I do want to make sure that Kevin Durant is wearing 30. Okay, 35 or 7. Doesn't really matter. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go to player progression and see what happens. I can't believe we finally made a big-time move. It's about time. Andrew Bynum stays at 85, which is what I'm worried about. We may need to move off him after a while. John Green's up to an 82. I'm excited about that. He might be ended up being a steal. We got him in pick 22 a couple of years ago, and he might be a steal. Kevin Durant, obviously, an 81. Rucklick goes up to a 76. Frazier's up to a 73. Slaughter 72. This team's pretty average, but it could be carried by Kevin Durant. That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping it's carried by Kevin Durant, and that's all that really matters. I'm super excited for this season, though. I am so excited. Kevin Durant on the team. He's going to be carrying us. I'm going to give Kevin Durant a bunch of minutes. Actually, I don't want to take a lot of minutes away from Green either. But Kevin Durant and Bynum are going to get a ton of minutes. The bench is okay, I guess. Nothing crazy. Oh, baby. Actually, that's too many centers. Frazier. I don't want... Let's take Frazier off. Actually, let's keep him on and keep Vaughn off. And then we'll go and give you some minutes. Not that many minutes, but we'll give you some minutes. There we go. All right, I like that. I'm super excited for this next season. Season number 5 is going to be crazy. I hope you guys are excited too. We made a big-time trade for the first overall pick, which landed us Kevin Durant. I'm so excited. I hope you guys are too for the next couple episodes, because the next couple episodes are going to be crazy. What can we build on? Who's going to be in the draft classes the next year? Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I am so excited. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Remember, link in the description down below for the main channel if you want to go check that out as well. I'd really appreciate it. But if not, totally cool. I understand. But thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.